This is exactly why we do not allow SERPA holsters in our live training courses. Hey, today's video is kind of an old video. I don't think a lot of people have seen it, and maybe they forget or whatever it is, but this is why we don't allow SERPA holsters in our live training courses. If you don't know me yet, my name is Caleb Lee. I am the #1 best-selling author of Concealed Carry 101, and I'm also the founder of Patriot Training Center, where we teach live gun training courses to people just like you who want to learn how to defend yourself with pistols, rifles, and shotguns. So I'll go ahead and play this clip. This is an oldie but a goodie because it's
I just fucking shot myself.
can't help laughing when he curses there. But here it is in slow motion. All right, so thankfully, pretty sure he survived that there. So not the worst outcome there that could have happened, but this is exactly why we don't allow SERPA holsters for our live training courses. So the SERPA holster is I guess it was an early take for retention holster for carrying outside the waistband. So obviously, I don't recommend open carry. We've talked about that on the channel before. However, if you are going to open carry, then you do need some type of retention holster. SERPA holsters are relatively cheap. I think that's why they got really popular. You saw them most though in the early kind of like 2000s in that time period. Since that time, tons of other gun ranges, gun trainers rather, have banned these holsters from their range for this exact reason here, and we banned this from our range for the exact reason here. So if you are going to carry a retention holster, the Safari Land style holsters or other mechanisms are a way better choice because of this. And this has happened frequently. The reason why this happens frequently, and you saw it right in the video there, the retention mechanism that holds the gun in. So the retention mechanism is supposed to be there, right? So the gun doesn't fall out, number one, and then number two, to make it easy to retain your weapon if you're open carrying, in a police officer capacity or something like that, you're going around doing your duty. A suspect or a criminal can't grab the gun and get it out of the holster without engaging the retention mechanism, which unlocks the gun basically and allows it to come out of the holster, right? But the engineers who designed the SERPA holster put the retention mechanism but right there, where I've circled here in red crudely, and button, as you can see, is directly over the trigger. It's directly over the trigger guard. It's directly in line with the trigger. So that means as you go to draw the holster, instead of having your finger in straight register up towards the slide of the gun where it should be positioned away from the trigger, you have to push into the trigger mechanism right there in front of the trigger, right on top of the trigger guard as you're drawing the gun from the holster. And then what we see happen is exactly what happened in this clip here. In slow motion, you can see it very, very clearly right here. He presses the button. He's in line with the trigger as he comes out of the holster. So his finger goes straight to the trigger and then puts the hole in himself. So that is not what we want. As we are coming out of the holster, our sights are not on target. We've not yet made the decision to shoot. We do not want the gun to go bang, so our finger does not touch the trigger until we want the gun to go bang. So this is the wrong time to have your finger touching the trigger. And that's why that holster does not set you up for success. That's why that holster is very dangerous. That's why we do not allow this holster on the range. So anyways, that's just a quick little bit of info for you there. Someone sent me this clip recently, and even though it was from years ago, instead of replying like, "Oh, I've already seen this before," I was like, "Hey, this is a good teaching moment. This is exactly what I'm talking about." And occasionally we'll have people ask about it. So this is exactly why. Like I said, most trainers, respectable, reputable trainers, have already moved on from this, and they don't allow this holster either. So it's not very uncommon. And I think these were only very popular because, well, number one, it was designed by somebody that's not a shooter, so they didn't understand the problem here before they designed it. And then when it got put into the market, it was at a attractive enough price point that I think a lot of like departments, agencies, big whatever security firms or something like that, they knew that they needed a retention holster, so they could buy a bunch of them, and they just looked for the cheapest option. So they chose the thing that was literally setting people up for failure. But don't make that mistake yourself. Get a good retention holster that has a thumb retention device so that your thumb is engaging the retention device. Like the Safariland holsters are very good about that, and you'll be good to go there if you are in need of a retention holster. So let me know, have you seen this clip before? Did it shock or surprise you? Did you know that this was a problem with Serpa holsters? Do you use a Serpa holster? And if so, what is your justification for it? Kind of like to know why anybody would still be using these. And as always, if you'd like to get some live training to realize why stuff like this is a problem and how choosing the proper gear can help keep you safer and allow you to defend yourself, come visit us, patriottrainingcenter.com. Check out any of our live pistol, rifle, or shotgun courses, and I will see you in the next video.